Hey folks, thanks for holding in there. My name's Ben. I'm going to start taking some advice from Andrea and open up with a bit of a kind of deep story myself and what brought me to this work. When I was 19, I took Katimbik, any Katimbik alumni out there? Yeah, Maya really alumni? Maya and Glenn? This only two? That's crazy. Okay, so it was a countrywide youth volunteer program, and for 6 months I volunteered with a group of 11 other young people across Canada. I worked, a number of different places, including New West, which was really great. And through that experience, it brought me to discover a career as an outdoor educator. From that experience as an outdoor educator, I had a lot of time teaching leadership in outdoors with young people, around the age of 20, and I grew this tremendous admiration for the leadership potential of young people. And through those experiences, and then eventually taking my master's at Row Roads with environment management, my passion, I wanted to expand my sphere of influence to really look at climate. And so when I first heard of Youth Climate Corps back in 2020, it really felt like a beautiful combining of pieces for me around seeing the leadership potential of young people and how they can thrive when put in leadership positions, while also really the urgent need to scale up climate action. So I'm the executive director of Youth Climate Corps. My name is Simoni. Thank you for having me. So back in 2020, that was when the program was originally started. I think we can kind of think back to what was happening then. One thing that was happening then that I think we sometimes forget is there was this tremendous power, like thirst for change, and people wanted to do things differently. And I'm a little sad that I feel like that spirit was kind of lost on us a little bit as we did move back to the way things have been normal. But the founders of Youth Climate Corps, who live in Nelson, BC, where Cecilia and I live, they saw a couple truths in our community. So one is that the climate crisis is impacting our community in multiple ways. And around Nelson, we're surrounded by forests. It's very beautiful, but that is an extreme hazard for our community. And not only the physical threat of wildfire, but smoke on our tourist season, shortage of winters on our tourist season as well too. And so, we're looking at the impact of it on the economy and really cascading effects of the climate crisis. We're also seeing as boomers age out of the workforce, we're seeing we're seeing many job placements that are going to be created. So put up your hand if you have been looking for people to work with you and it has been a challenge. Glenn, all right, Glenn, more people than just Glenn. Thanks, Glenn. So, and this is something we've been hearing from a lot of people, and one of the pieces about Youth Climate Corps is we really want to benefit key stakeholders of communities, which is young people. We want to be letting them reap the benefits of a just transition and a green economy, and that's a big part of Youth Climate Corps as well too. And then also say youth mental health, and I will say there's not enough research done on the climate anxiety. I have lots of anecdotal evidence of the impact that young people are facing right now, and it is frankly quite terrifying the landscape they're growing up on. And what we have seen is that giving people real, tangible action to work in their communities, especially in rural communities, is extremely impactful, not just for the communities, but for their own mental health. And then lastly, I'll say, local governments, a lot has been downloaded onto your plates, and the reason is that you folks are in touch with the priorities of your communities. You have all the graphs, and our goal is to support you in helping lead in this work. So a little bit more about Youth Climate Corps. It is cohort-based, so young people between the ages 17 and 30 working together. We are an employment service program. We pay people a living wage for their work. That is a core piece of Youth Climate Corps. The days, volunteerism is still extremely important, but we need opportunities for young people to do this work where it's accessible for everybody. And a key part of that is we pay them a living wage, so that's an important part. And And we really enjoy partnering with NGOs, with local governments. This photo is from the Kwakwaka'wakw Revitalization Project that is located near Lord Bay, where we partner with Montevilla and Northeast First Nation. And we base our projects on those priorities. We're going to come in with ideas, but when it comes down to actually what we're doing, that is determined by the priorities of the community. So I really like working, with local governments and nations. So a little bit of a background of Youth Climate Corps. We've been lucky to experience a good amount of growth. This is up until the end of 2023. These are working days. So at the end of 2023, we completed 7,000 working days of climate action. So this session, I think, is about mobilization, which we are very proud to do as a focus of our work is climate mobilization. And we've served over 80 young people. At the beginning of 2024, in the BC budget, we were lucky to receive a large grant from the provincial government. And so we're hoping to see this graph continue to grow up, and we're really excited for that prospect. So here's a couple of quotes from the young people who participated in the program. So I've grown in my ability to communicate thoughtfully and effectively. Participating in Youth Climate Corps shifted my values and worldview. It's provided me with a deep sense of purpose. And this one is actually from RDCK and a City of Nelson employee who used to be with Youth Climate Corps. I can't stress how much of a support the program has been for me over the recent years of my life and career. So really seeing a lot of evidence of young people going through this program and then being able to scale up their careers and bring that leadership capacity into not just local government, but other NGOs in their communities. So some more fun stacks. So 92% report professional growth, 86% personal growth, and this is an exciting piece that we surveyed recently. It was 75% of them continued their work in climate or continued education in climate. So we really like to see this as like a springboard continuing to do this work. So we do, as I mentioned, a variety of projects. I'll use a couple of specific examples. One is from the Climate Friendly Homes program that we did with the City of Kamloops with Glenn, also funded by BC Hydro. So I think if you're applying for a BC Hydro grant, if you use those words, it might be similar. I'm saying that because John's program. Anyways, so with one thing that we saw from that program is the young people went into people's homes. They educated them on how to access incentives, ways they can make their homes more efficient and safer and more affordable. 83% of residents said they would make those changes based on the information they got from them. So that was really exciting to see. We also did a bike valet, which was really to support a pilot project in Kamloops, and now they have taken that pilot project and they're actually going to be hiring staff to run in the future. It's running right now. You can go into Kamloops and you can park your bike safely, so that's great. Through that program, we serviced over 1,000 bikes, which is really exciting. Some other examples: fire smarting, wildfire mitigation, and then Ian back over there, we've been working really closely with him in the District of Squamish, running a project right now doing air sealing work and helping with the climate outreach. So there's really a huge variety of work that we like to do, and one of the reasons that we really like working with local governments is because, as I said, you folks have a good idea in terms of what you want to do. Our goals are really helping moving plans into implementation. And a couple of ways that we can do that. One is that the young people that we hire, they're fully supervised from insurance, payroll, all the other fun stuff under Youth Climate Corps. So the capacity that is needed from local government is really in the planning and figuring out, okay, how do we partner together, what should we be doing. Once the program is going, we're going to be having checkup points along the way, but when it comes to the day-to-day work of supervision and making sure that things are happening the way they should, that is rested on Youth Climate Corps. So we see it as a really big potential for you local governments to multiply their capacity. By putting in time to developing this program, you can then have, let's say, 5 young people, local young people, working in your community, helping bring those plans into implementation. Lastly, I'll say we did get this this great grant from the province. So we are able to, if you are a community that is looking for some additional funding to help make your climate climate dreams a reality, we can help with that. And if you have funding, if you have LGCAT funding that you are looking to spend, we can help you spend it in a way that will, 60% is in reserve, people. Let's spend this money. So we will help you spend it in a way that will, maximize returns in terms of capacity and work that can be done on the ground. So, yeah, thank you so much for your attention at the end of the day.
Do we have any questions for Ben before we go out into our break?
I'd just like to know more about these youth. Are there any particular demographics that you're targeting? How are you getting messaging out to them? Who's showing up? Anything you can do.
Yeah, definitely. So the big thing that we're going to be doing in community is trying to leverage networks that already exist in the community. So, try to reach out to youth centers, Indigenous friendship centers, networks around local governments, and trying to get the word out that way. Frankly, our organization has had fairly low capacity. We've been working grant to grant, spending most of our funding on paying young people living wage. And we're at a point right now with this funding, we are able to scale up our core operations and have more of an intentional effort in terms of making sure that our word around this hiring process is going to get out to young people who are impacted the most by the climate crisis, which is really, really our goal. So that's something that we've had a goal of the past, but we're now in a place where we can spend more time and attention around that.